Hey guys, welcome to another video of mine. It's Quad AA, and this is another Chelsea transfer news video where I'll keep you guys up to date with all the latest Chelsea transfer news stories, and of course, big news stories. Apparently, Isco, a bid has been accepted by Chelsea for £44.4 million. Going to be getting into publication reports. Also, Vinicius Junior has attracted interest from Premier League clubs, including Chelsea. Going to be, discussing about that, give my thoughts, opinions, and of course, explaining the reports and publications. And of course, Dortmund have also named their valuation for Jadon Sancho. We're going to be getting into that as well. But before I do get into it, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to my channel if you are new on here. Make sure you hit the bell notification button every time I upload, and I'll keep you guys up to date with everything. This is the channel where I'll keep you guys up to date with all the latest news. And of course, my last video caused a lot of controversy. I made that exclusive video, and again, I keep stressing now the amount of comments I got. A lot of supportive comments, so if you were one of those, thank you so much. I really do appreciate that, and it does kind of make me smile, make me happy. Thank you. It's the main reason why I do it. And of course, some that are kind of like confused and not sure. I understand, of course, there hasn't been many reports, publications, but I can tell you that my source is actually very, very reliable, and he has got things right most of the time. Now, some of you are saying, oh, regarding the Luka Jovic situation, the David Neres situation, David Neres, yes. I said that it was almost done. I said that there was a good chance it was going to happen. Unfortunately, because his performances this season hasn't been that great, and of course, the reason why I said it was time, because of course we have good relations with the agent. That's important in football. And of course, Chelsea were genuinely interested, and it was actually going to be close to happening if he did have a good season. Regarding Jovic, and I can tell you now, Jovic had his medical booked at Cobham, but because of our transfer ban, we couldn't sign Jovic. So people saying, oh, Jovic is not a done deal, whatever. Mate, we had a transfer ban, so we couldn't sign him. I said Jovic was done before the transfer ban, before FIFA gave us a transfer ban. So, of course, it's hard to tell. But like I said, if you believe me or you don't believe me, that's completely up to you. It's a free country, of course. You don't have to believe me. But I can tell you my source is reliable. And I'm just giving you guys the news that I receive. I want to inform you guys. That's my main job. I want to interact with you guys. But I appreciate the comments. But, yeah, without me continuing to waffle, let me get straight into the video, of course. Now, of course, starting with Isco. Now, basically, according to the reports, El Desmask, very reliable publication out in Spain. Now, they've been reporting that Chelsea have been really interested in Isco, and apparently have put in a £44.4 million bid to Real Madrid, to Fiorentino Perez, regarding Isco. And apparently Fiorentino Perez has accepted the bid and is really, really considering to accept it, and that Real Madrid like the offer. Of course, Real Madrid are in financial fair play regulation. They are in trouble. Of course, they did spend mega amounts of money last summer, 250 million pounds. Of course, the signings of Jovic, Hazard, Rodrigo, Ferdinand Mendy, etc., etc. Now, so of course, they have to balance the books. They have to be selling a lot of players to kind of balance the books. And Isco is one of those players that they are willing to offload if the right money comes in. And apparently, according to the publication, Chelsea submitted that bid, and Real Madrid are highly considering to accept that bid, and it's looking like Chelsea could potentially sign Isco. And of course, I haven't heard anything from my source regarding this. I haven't even asked him. However, what we have to consider is it's only one report reporting this. There hasn't been a single English outlet or a single English publication reporting this. It's only a Spanish publication, as of course El Desmask. So you kind of have to take it with a pinch of salt, look at it with context. But like I said, that is what the publications are saying. Now, the next question is, would I take Isco at Chelsea? And in my opinion, yes. He's technically so gifted. He's good with both feet. The way he operates in between the lines, he finds space, creates space in between the lines. His shooting is good. His passing is good. He's a much, much, much better upgrade compared to Mason Mount. And he's a very, very talented player who, in my opinion, is wasting his prime years at Real Madrid when he could be world-class elsewhere at a club like Chelsea. Now, if you look at his statistics for the last 2 seasons, he hasn't done well at all. However, that is due to lack of game time, being subbed on with small cameos, having injury. So far this season, he's had 10 games and he hasn't scored or assisted in a single game, which is quite disappointing. However, like I said, use some context there. He's barely played as well, along with injuries. Last season, 27 games, 3 goals and 2 assists. However, his peak season was in the 2016-17 season, when he managed 10 goals and 8 assists. 18 goals and assists in 30 games, which is a tremendous record. That's when Isco made a name for himself. For me, being 27 years of age, he has to leave Real Madrid now to progress his career for him to ever become world-class. I think that, like I said, his prime is being wasted at Real Madrid. I think that he could be world-class at a club like Chelsea. And for me, he would massively upgrade our team. He's technically gifted. Imagine Isco in a midfield alongside Jorginho and Kovacic. Would have a world-class midfield For me, it would elevate our team, it'd improve our starting 11. And for me, when it comes to attack and face, breaking down low blocks, mid blocks, he's a perfect man. He has the key to unlock those defenses because the way he creates a space in between the lines, the way he threads and assists for our strikers and for our front three, the way he can supply, for me, he would be a perfect fit for our team. But like I said, that is just my thoughts, opinions. And of course, for a price of the reported £44.4 million for me, that is an absolute bargain, especially with the large amounts of money that we have to play around with, spend in the upcoming two transfer windows. But yeah, that's just my thoughts, opinions. Leave me your thoughts, opinions in the comment section below. Would you take Isco and Chelsea? If not, again, leave me a reason why you wouldn't take Isco at Chelsea. And for that reported price of £44.4 million, would you want to take Isco at Chelsea? Leave me your thoughts, opinions in the comment section below. Now, of course, getting to second player, and that does regard, of course, Vinicius Junior, same player from the same club, and of course, apparently he has also attracted interest from numerous Premier clubs, Chelsea Football Club being one of them. Now, again, same publication, El Desmarque, of course, a Spanish publication reporting this. Now, they've basically been saying that numerous amount of Premier League clubs have been interested in getting his signature. Of course, again, no English publication has been reporting this, so again, once again, you have to take it with a pinch of salt. However, I'm not as excited with Vinicius Junior, and of course, there are a number of reasons for this. Number one, he hasn't, scored more than 5 goals, and of course, he's been at Madrid for 2 seasons now. So far this season, he has been quite disappointing. 10 La Liga games, only 1 goal and 1 assist, which is very disappointing statistics for a young man. Yes, of course, only 19 years of age, but with extremely high potential. But of course, you could look at it with context. Of course, with the signing of Eden Hazard, Rodrigo, of course, they've already got Benzema, Jovic, they've got Bale as well. There's a lot of players that are in ahead of him in a pecking order. Of course, that is going to limit his game time, and he isn't going to get that sufficient game time required to kind of further his development. And for me, another guy that either needs to go out on loan or needs to go to a slightly lower club to kind of progress his career, to kind of utilise and kind of maximise his potential, in my opinion. But of course, will I take him at Chelsea? That is a big question. I think that he would face similar issues if he came to Chelsea, because we are stacked in the winger department, and there are much better wingers currently, such as a Jadon Sancho, such as a Samuel Chukwueze, who in my opinion are much better right now, who are further in their development and have got higher ceilings in my opinion. With likes of Pulisic, Hudson-Odoi, you look at our striker situation, Tammy Abraham, with the potential signing of Werner, when you've got Sancho and Chukwueze on the radar as well. It is going to limit his game time, and I think that Chelsea isn't the correct club if we did sign Vinicius Junior. Of course, you have to understand that Chelsea are one of numerous clubs interested for his signature, alongside Manchester United, Manchester City, Arsenal and Liverpool, all interested in signing Vinicius Junior. But let's see how that story develops. There hasn't been bids, it's literally just been interest. And of course, remember, it's only been one publication, one report reporting about Vinicius Junior's departure. So like I said, we'll have to wait and see what happens with that one. Personally, I wouldn't take Vinicius Junior at Chelsea. Personally, like I said, I think there's much better players out there, much better wingers that higher in their development, have got higher ceilings and much better wingers. But that's just my thoughts, opinions. Leave me your thoughts, opinions in the comment section below. Would you take Vinicius Junior at Chelsea? And if not, do you agree with me? Would you not take Vinicius at Chelsea? But yeah, going to get into the final player, that is, of course, young Jadon Sancho. I've talked about this guy numerous times, countless videos. But again, new publication reporting that Dortmund have named their price for Jadon Sancho of £127 million. And of course, we know that Jadon Sancho has had a tremendous last couple of seasons. Last season made his breakout season. His goals and assists galore. He was phenomenal. Made his name in Europe. And this season he's been tremendous. Alongside Messi, the only 2 players to get over 10 goals and assists. 10 goals and 10 assists in Europe's top 5 leagues. A tremendous record for a 19-year-old. This guy is going to be world class, and I would love him at Chelsea. Honestly, he fits our profile, he fits Lampard's system, he fits our team of breaking the lines in the mid-block stuff. His end product, his left foot is on point, his finishing, he produces at such a high level and is so efficient. He produces high numbers as well for such a young age. When he reaches his prime, he's going to be producing insane numbers, goals and assists, going to be producing 30 plus goals and assists. And this guy can't stop scoring. He's been tremendous for Dortmund this season as well. And of course, the publications are reporting that Dortmund have named their price of £127 million with Jadon Sancho. So let's see if Chelsea are going to pay anywhere near that figure. Of course, we could add a player involved as well. But let's see how that story develops. Now, if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to my channel if you are new around here. Make sure you hit the bell notification for every time I upload. And comment down with your thoughts and opinions on each story that I did talk about. Do you agree with me or not, or do you disagree? And I'll see you guys for my next video. Peace.